GGG done fucked up, man. They done fucked up. What's up, everyone? So I do want to fill you guys in on the current state of my league start, the build that I'm at. I have swapped over to Poison Lightning Strike Assassin from Poison Concoction, and we'll get into that towards the end of the video. But first, I do want to kind of give my opinion, my takes. I honestly, I think it's objectively bad. I think it's objectively bad I think it's almost in a broken state, in an unplayable state. I'm not quite sure what's going on over at GGG. Like GGG, what's going on? Like, are you guys okay? What the fuck is this? What is this? This is like really, really bad. Last league, we dealt with the arch nemesis just being crazy. And whatever, it's whatever. At least we had a league that worked, that was fun, that, the base game still worked and was playable. But this league, they just like fucked everything up. I think it all just does stem back to arch nemesis, but I'm not even so upset about that much. I do like the original arch nemesis idea, where certain rares or a certain combination of rares can drop a specific set of items. So if there's like a Tukohama touched, sentinel or something, it can drop maps, and your maps can get up. I love that idea. I think that's a great way to implement like a new loot structure, this loot 2.0 that has been so elusive for so long. I think that's a great idea. Unfortunately, it seems like there's like an actual bug going on where there's just no drops. There's no item quantity being accounted for. There's nothing that's working here. You're going to spend a lot more time killing like single rares, and you're not going to get anything for it. And we're not even talking about essences or metamorphs, which some of them are completely undoable. I feel for the hardcore solo self-found players also. They're just kind of fucked. You might as well just not start in hardcore solo self-found and move to something else, because you're not gonna be able to engage with like 70% of the game. If you think you can handle a juiced up essence with any build, good luck. More power to you, but I don't think you can. So I think ultimately it's all stemming to like GGG being very distracted with PoE 2, and they just kind of have lost the plot with PoE 1. And it's kind of sad, right? It's kind of sad. I do give GGG a lot of credit, a lot more credit than other people give them. There's a big comment going around saying that GGG lucked into creating, they created the greatest ARPG by accident. I don't think so. I think that the vision that they have is the reason why the game has gotten as good as it gotten. I think, unfortunately, this particular point in time, they are very distracted, and they are trying to balance things in a way that just doesn't quite make sense for how intricate and how advanced and how diverse the game has gotten. Trying to balance for trade, trying to balance for group play, trying to balance for gauntlet situations and hardcore solo self-found situations, trying to balance this game that has an infinite amount of combinations around those three things just doesn't seem to work. It's just not working, and it shows time and time again that it doesn't work. I think the idea of balancing this game is bad. I don't think you should be thinking about balancing it in any way. I think you should be giving tools to the players, seeing if those tools end up breaking certain things, and if they do, they end up just being completely overpowered, then you can tune them down. But for some reason, GGG is so afraid of having to slightly nerf something in the future that they much rather sacrifice any goodwill that the company has, sacrifice any new players joining the game, sacrifice any sort of like future potential to create a league that is so under rewarding that everyone is just up in arms, and half of the players are going to drop off. That they rather do that than just kind of slightly overbuff something, right? It doesn't really make sense, and they've always kind of taken that approach, which, to their credit, it's worked so far. But I think this patch in particular, it's most egregious. I also am kind of upset that there's no communication either, right? Things are clearly broken. So maybe this Friday launch is not the best way if, you know, they're going to launch a league that is pretty much untested and then kind of fuck off for the whole weekend. I think that's a bit irresponsible, and I think it sucks. I don't think that they should be doing that anymore. Maybe have someone that can, you know, keep in contact with us and say, hey, we are looking at this. When we come back on Monday, we'll address it. But there's not even that. Like, we don't even get that. So maybe, you know, Monday releases. That way you can get a whole week of work in and fixing the league, because we know you're not going to release the league and actually test it, because this has been time and time again that this has happened. So yeah, as you can see, I think the league is in a bad state. It sucks. I'm still going to play it. And that's kind of the crux of the the crux of the GGG curse, is I'm still going to play it. Still going to have fun. Unfortunately, I just, it is painful. I don't know. Maybe I'm a masochist. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. I'm a masochist. Maybe GGG knows this. I'm the reason why they're, you know, players like me are getting taken advantage of. Maybe, okay? Maybe. I'm willing to admit my faults. Are you willing to admit yours? But nonetheless, yeah, the things need to change. Hopefully they change by Monday. And hopefully it's like, hey, I hope they say this was broken. I hope they don't come and say, you're right, things are a bit undertuned, we're going to buff it. I hope they say, man, this was actually broken and we actually have to fix it. We don't know what happened when we did the Arch Nemesis change, things got broken. Because that would be them saying like, yeah, this wasn't intended at all. This wasn't a vision. If this was intended and they were like, maybe we just missed the mark a little bit, that's a really bad sign. Okay, that's a really bad sign. So I'm hoping when they come back and they inevitably fix the game, that they say that it was broken and it wasn't, you know, them just kind of missing the mark. I think that's it. I do think the league mechanic is cool. I think the league mechanic is pretty cool, and I guess I can show footage here of me getting destroyed in it. I like the idea of like building your own sort of path and juicing these things and kind of creating your own reward structure, risk and reward structure. I always like that stuff. Unfortunately, as you can see here, as I destroy these, and by the way, this is at level 82, and this is later on in the thing. This isn't like a, you know, a T1 block, right? This is at level 82, and this is like maybe like a T4, T5 strong box. Let's see what we get here. Let's just take a look at it and see what we get. All right, killing these guys. Arch Nemesis, of course. Oh, that was just a winner. Oh, we got a Glass Blower's Bauble and a Div card. Amazing. Wow. What do we get here? Okay. Some ghosts. We get some ghosts here. And we get one shot by a overtuned physical arrow guy. Oh, yeah, that's where I just quit out of that one. I did put a different one in because that one was pretty much too fucked. Oh, here's the breach, by the way. This is what a breach looks like. Yes, this is a T1 breach, okay? So here we go. This is a T1 breach. This is what a T1 breach looks like. Right? Looks pretty cool, right? All these breach mobs. It's like 20 times the density of a normal breach. Right? You would expect 20 times the reward. Here we go. Let's clean these things up. Very nice. Okay. All right. Peacock doesn't do much damage. All right, guys. How many splinters did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 splinters. 7. Amazing. Excellent. Super fun league. Okay. So there's that. Hopefully that GGG can get us back on track here. It's GGG at their worst. That's basically the title that I want to make this video. It's GGG at their worst. Lastly, we have swapped to Lightning Poison Strike, the shittiest pneumatic dagger in the world. I think I slammed it with an essence, but maybe I didn't. I don't exactly remember what. I think I slammed it with a cold essence or maybe a lightning essence. I forget. And then it rolled this, and then I just put critical strike chance on it. And this was literally, this type of dagger was double the damage of a Beano's. So I was originally going to go Beano's and then swap to this once I crafted a good one. But the damage that you get from just a dagger like this gives you so much more. So once I got this and I got these strike gloves, I bought these for like 25C. They were steel on the market. I couldn't pass them up. But as soon as I got the strike gloves, I was like, let's go. We'll swap with the Beano's. And then I also had this, so I just crafted this and used this. And here we are. Lightning, poison, lightning strike. It's fun. It's strong. It's awesome. I got the enchant helmet here. Nightmare Bassinet enchant helmet. It's crafted pretty nicely. I have a pretty cool shield here with avoid ailments. I only need about 20% more avoid ailments. I'm probably going to get them as a boot implicit. I think you can get 20% on the boots. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can get 20% on the boots. I have the 20% here, 25% here. So we're sitting currently at 74%. So if I can get up to like 90, 99%, I'd be happy with that. So first thing, we always keep our Plague Bearer. Once we got our Plague Bearer, which takes like, 1 second to get going, we just run with Plague Bearer. And everything dies, pretty much. One thing that I need to get used to with this build, and this variant in particular, is that you don't really need to sit there and watch the enemy die, right? You just inflict a bunch of poisons on them and you can just run. Which is weird, because normally you see the enemy die. I'm not used to kind of running past an enemy after striking him. But that's something that you kind of want to do with this build if you want to like kind of speed along. I really do like the overall sort of like damage dealing loop that you do. You kind of pop your Plague Bearer, you pop your Withering Step, and you just kind of drop your Vols and then drop your Strike. We do this, we drop our Curse. Hopefully I can get a Curse ring soon. Of course, Arch Nemesis is so overpowered. And there we go. Alright, not too bad for some pretty tanky Arch Nemesis guys. Essences. And of course it's Plague Bearer. So any sort of like white mob is just going to end up just falling over. As you can see there, like that enemy, you pretty much leave him when he's at like half health, which is kind of odd. Not used to that. I am a bit squishy. I am running Malevolence over Determination. I don't need to. My damage is pretty good, but just trying to see how it feels with just Grace and Spell Suppression and Ailment Avoidance. And it feels okay. Fizz hits definitely take me out, but as long as I can avoid them, it's not too bad. Woohoo! Wait, is that done? Yeah. Plague Bearer just kind of just like wipes things up. Really underrated skill, I think. Keeping up your Withering Step is really important. Keeping up your Wither just in general is really important. I have a totem with Withering Touch on it, and then I use the Withering Step. Trying to keep max Wither on an enemy. It's going to give you the most amount of damage. And then here we go. We curse. We drop this down. We drop our Wither down. Hopefully we don't get shit on by that thing. And then he's dead. Easy. It's a T16. I haven't done any crazy bossing yet. I'm working on doing that. Hopefully we can get some of the bossing done tonight, actually. I'm planning on finishing my bosses and getting all my void stones and stuff. And yeah, hopefully we can get that done, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. But that's my league start so far, my first weekend of the Lake of Kalandra. It's been kind of a mess. It's been quite the journey, which is cool. It's all about the journey, right? It's been quite the journey, which is cool. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching. Oh, go head over to my Twitch, by the way, if you're watching this. Peace!